Hello you lot again. How are you doing? I hope you're okay. I have come to show you how to, copy a jingle that already exists. The reason for this is it helps you to learn new skills, it pushes you to try and recreate the sounds that are already there, or maybe you just can't think of your own thing. And, you just want a little bit of inspiration. Or sometimes you just really like that jingle and you're like, I want that, but I want my own stuff on top of it. So it's nice to try and copy them. So I did a whole long video as I put all this together, and halfway through it crashed, and then I tried again and it just wasn't working. So I thought, bollocks, I'll finish off the jingle because I've already started it, and I'll just give you a walkthrough of what I've done. So it's a Radio 2 jingle that I was copying. This is it. So that's what I've copied. I'll mute that for now. I've also copied the same lyrics and stuff, although that's the whole point. You can actually get rid of those and put your own ones on the top or whatever you fancy. Anyway, here we go. These are the drums. Let's bring up the track so you can see it. So I played that in via a keyboard, and I did that in like 3 parts because trying to remember exactly what needed to be done was a little bit tricky for me. This is the plugin I used. It is Native Instruments, and this is their studio drummer. So I got the keyboard in front of me. Those are all the sounds that are coming out of there. And then you've got the mixer for it right here, so you can just get all the levels set. I've got the kick turned down a little bit because it was popping through too much. So that covers the drums. Any more questions, ask me. I haven't put any effects on there. I tried putting a compressor, but it just didn't sound great, so I've left that alone. After the drums, I went on and did the horns because they were because when I'm copying a jingle or copying anything for that matter, I always try and pick out the bits that stand out the most. That's normally the drums or the melody, maybe the bass line, and then build around that. So these are the horns. This is the plugin I'm using. Again, all the instruments I'm using are Native Instruments Komplete 14. They're amazing. So these are the horns right here. So there you go. And on the piano roll here, I literally just played it in at the bottom, and I just transposed it like twice, copied, pasted. Nothing exciting going on there. That is bussed to a reverb. The reverb is this one, just the Logic default setting. I've just bussed that over there. So without the reverb, you've got it sounding like this, and with it sounds more like this. Just wettens it up a little bit. So after the horns, I then tried messing around with the bass. So this is it here. On the bass there, I've got our guitar rig. This is the setup I've gone for. Again, it's just a preset. I just went through until I got a nice sounding one. Guitar rig is also by Native Instruments. It comes in Komplete 14. Where do we go from there? I've also got an EQ on that. So I've turned the low end down. I know it's a bass, but alongside that bass, I've also got a sub bass. This is the sound of the sub bass. You're not going to hear that unless you've got a sub on the go or some decent speakers. So the idea is that you cut the low end out of the bass, because those bass instruments, they have low end, but they don't have and a lot of low end. So when you're doing jingles and like dance music and stuff like that, you might want to cut a little bit away from the real guitars and replace it with like an artificial kind of sine wave, like a sub bass. I find that that works quite well. So on its own, you've got the guitar sounding like this. And when you pair it up with the sub bass, it's more like this. It just gives a nice little low end. Again, if you're not listening on big speakers, you won't notice. So that's then been paired up with, I've gone here with the strings, I believe this is. Yes, that is the strings right there. And they're sounding like this. Again, I've played in the lower notes like that, and then I have just popped a couple on top. That was it. Anyway, after fiddling around, you find the right note. You just need to listen for it. And then the guitar. This is the rhythm guitar. Sounding like this. So at the moment you can see that the intro is, every instrument is playing pretty much exactly the same. It might just be up or down octaves, that's it. Other than that, the intro, as you can hear on here, all similar. So I've then got some little kind of impact one shots going on here. They're not majorly significant, but they help build up the beginning. So I'll play it with those on. Yeah, it just helps give it a little bit more boost. Oh yes, of course, I forgot to mention that the guitar, the rhythm guitar here, is also going through Guitar Rig. That is the one I've gone for there. Again, I was just clicking through until I found something, tweaked it a tiny little bit, and that's what I ended up with. So the guitar with and without the guitar rig. Quite a nice difference there. And then I put the vocals on. I have a cheer sound here, but that did come after. I'll play it for you right now, I guess, as I'm here. It was like a little clip. So, for example, it looked just like this here, and I've just looped it. It sounded like... Actually, no, it sounded more like this. I just cut it down. That didn't go, so I just cut out the first bit, and I've just faded them together to make a big long one. So that brings me to the vocals. Now they took me ages because I can't sing. I know I sell song jingles because with the help of Melodyne and all that, I can manage to conjure something together. So this is what we started with. So what I'll do is I'll unmute the other ones so you can hear those as well. Those are they're just doubles. I just sang it 3 times, different tracks. And yeah, this is what I've got. And I put these little doobie doops right here. So yeah, it sounds quite nicely polished. I could probably go in a bit deeper. I'm not very amazing at doing the vocal part. So I will go through the vocal chain. So each vocal has got identical plugins on it. I literally just copied and pasted the tracks, and then not the singing, just the track. So each track has exactly the same processing on it. I sang each one separately, otherwise you just do not get the same effect. So I'll mute these guys. I'll turn all of the effects off so you can hear a before and after, and I'll go through with you what I've done. This is the bus that I'm disabling right now also. So it listens like this. I'll have to turn it up for you because it's very quiet.
Saracox. Oh, Sara Cox. BBC Radio 2.
Shocking, I know. So I won't have it with the music. I'll turn that back down again. So yeah, I won't put the tuning on until the very end because we can now build it up. So the first things first is the EQ. That cuts away the low end and the 200 hertz. That's where there's a lot of not very nice sounds in there, and there isn't anything vocal wise down here that's worth listening to. So then you have something like this.
Saracox. Oh, Sara Cox.
So kind of subtle, but it's just for cleaning up, okay? Next part would be the compressor. I got the threshold over around here, just above our -30. A 3:1 ratio. A fairly fast medium and fast medium release attack.
Saracox. Oh.
Balances out slightly. That's followed by another EQ. This one right here, which is all I've done is boosted the high end right there between, well, about 15 kilohertz, I guess. And I boosted it quite a lot, and that's listening like this.
Saracox. Oh, Sara Cox.
So as I'm doing this, you can slowly hear it getting louder. So that's why I have it set so quiet, because after all these plugins are on, and I've got them sent to buses and all sorts. So once it all comes together, it comes up a lot louder. That's why it sounds so quiet at the moment. I then have another compressor, which smooths it out even more.
Saracox.
You can hear it kind of coming together. And on that one, I have this sample delay,
Saracox.
which looks like this. It literally just spreads out a little bit over the left and right speaker. Then I have all of that right here. So normally that would get sent straight to the output, but I have it sent to a bus track. These other two are also sent to the same bus track, so I can now process all three of those at the same time, which helps them to blend more together. So I've got another EQ, which takes out even more low end.
Saracox.
Because remember, when you've got all of these instruments there with all of the low end, you don't need any coming from the vocal. Especially when you've stacked the vocal up 3 times and you're just trying to push it. That's it. You don't need all the low end in there. We then got another compressor to help them all pop together. Again, it's going quite hard.
Saracox.
But the original was also quite hard, so I've gone and tried to replicate, although I'm never going to get as close to it as those guys. I've got this EQ right here. It's another Logic one, and all I've done is just boosted the gain on the high end.
Saracox.
I've then hit this chorus, which just spices it up a little.
Saracox.
And we got another compressor. It's not necessary. All this not necessary. Just keep adding as you feel.
Saracox.
So the main volume here comes from my, what do you call it? The compressor on the parallel, because there's a lot of volume makeup there.
S-A-R-A.
That's not it. That is the reverb.
S-A-R-A-C-O-X.
This is the parallel compression.
S-A-R-A-C-O-X.
So there you go. And then let's pop the Melodyne on. I'll open up Melodyne. You'll have seen this in all my videos. I use it for all of my tuning because it is so on point. And with the Melodyne,
S-A-R-A-C-O-X. Oh, Sara Cox. Beat.
you can see there, I didn't cut that out, did I? That was stupid.
Sara Cox.
And then I cut too much out.
S-A-R Cox. S-A-R-A-C-O-X.
Come on, man.
Oh, BBC Radio 2.
And I've basically done exactly the same process for the other two channels. So let's bring those in.
S-A-R-A-C-O-X. Oh, Sara Cox.
So that's just widening it up, really. You've got one pan to the left and one to the right. So, together with everything, you've got it sounding like this.
S-A-R-A-C-O-X. Oh, Sara Cox. BBC Radio 2.
And that is it, pretty much. And then I've put a limiter, but normally if I'm doing jingles, I would use isotope ozone. But I haven't used it on this because it creates all kind of delays and stuff when I'm trying to, show you what's going on. It was just pissing me off, so I disabled that. But there's many videos on YouTube that show you how to use that, so I won't get you bogged down in that one. I literally just put a limiter on just so you can hear it nice and clearly. That's it bouncing away there. And that's it. If you've got any questions, if there's something I haven't covered, because I am just rattling away like an idiot, just hit me a message and I'll try respond to it. I hope it helped slightly, and I'll catch you some other time. Bye-bye.